yesterday, and both players agreed to it. We are going to have the Dave versus Dave match. Dave Smith Says versus the Dave. Props to the librarian for that hastily put together 80s style pro wrestling poster. But it's here, and I live for it. And it gets a little better. We had a little help from some folks in the community to get a special version of Dr. Mario for these players. And when I was showing it, I could not stop laughing at it. And I showed it to Ethan right before we went live, and he couldn't stop laughing. So without further ado, shall we just say let the Daves begin?
Yeah, I think we really should.
Let's show this one off. I'm so excited about this. Dave Smith versus the Dave. It is Davinator 2 Judgment Dave. I expect nothing but Dave puns in the chat. These two have actually never played against each other, so they're going to have a quick best of 3 just to have some fun, and our chat's already loving this. Our chat absolutely living for this right now. And the thing I didn't notice and then laughed harder at later was the Dave type. There is Smith and there is V, and Dave's still going with off, even though he has an option himself. I don't know if that proves much confidence. But our chat is absolutely loving this. Dave Smith Says it's already ready to go in this battle of the Daves.
This is, like I said, we've got a championship to crown, but we're gonna have so much fun today.
David's ready, and again, we're just gonna have fun with this. So this isn't for anything. JB isn't sure which type they should each pick. I think they should pick each other's or the opposite ones. But all right, there we go. We have go.
We're off.
This is just a simple round 2 format.
Yeah, it's just a round 2 setup. Best of 3. We're just gonna see. Like I said, this is just for fun. This is just to see who's the better Dave this year. Oh, this is going to be so hilarious. And yes, Maine Coon, we did see that you joined Discord. Thank you very much for doing that. We will probably post a link up for any newcomers who are coming in to our stream. If you want to take part in next year's tournament, you can do so by getting to the Discord link. We'll give that to you eventually. I think JB might have pooped his internet connection a little bit, so we'll wait till he pops back in a little later, and
I'm back. I apologize. My internet's been a bit undependable, but we're here, and we are watching 2 of the best Daves that we have in the Dr. Mario community face off against each other. One's playing on EAV speed, and other is playing on FAV speed.
It's Fave and EAV. I think if memory serves correctly.
And yes, Dave taking the early lead here. If you're expecting me to keep my composure to this, you're going to be so sadly misdaven.
Oh no! But honestly, it is a close game right now. Dave taking a little bit of a deficit, but he's holding his own, staying very close.
And the thing is,
Dave Smith with a great combo, though.
Dave Smith is a big combo player, but the great thing about Dave is a very methodical player. Doesn't play for big combos, but definitely plays for efficiency. So it'll be interesting to see these 2 playstyles clash as Dave out at a minute 53. And Dave also seems to be about 7 viruses to go on his stage, in Dave number 8.
Yeah, so far, and good. I was going to say a good board, but he's got no blues to work with, so this could give Dave some trouble and give Dave the chance to catch up.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see Dave come back from this bit of a setback. But I have all the confidence in the world, and maybe some good plays here will save the Dave.
Yeah, although let's see, D-Dave just gonna get a little combo here. Just needs 1 more red, and he'll be out of 8. Gonna get out at 236.
Going to get out at 236. A bit behind as far as virus count goes, about 14 viruses behind. And while we're seeing these players play, I also want to give a big shout out to Benji because we literally put this together this morning. And he was a trooper and got this. It doesn't have to be elegant, but we wanted to show you the whole play field for this, obviously, just for some yucks.
And looking,
meanwhile, Dave is up by about 12 viruses at this point.
Yeah, he is getting slowed down a little bit by the RNG, but he's making good use of it. Didn't go for the double clear underneath. Okay.
Meanwhile, Dave, narrowing the gap, got it down to about 10. And again, this is the kind of play we like to see from the Dave. He plays small, deliberate combos. Nothing too elegant. Just tries to remain as efficient as he can. And when you're going up against a player whose main play style is combo literally everything possible, it really gives a good contrast for how these can go and how there's no wrong way to play this game.
No, there is no wrong way to play it at all, except the way I play it. But that's later. But looking at Dave Smith says he's got an early lead still, holding up to about a 12 virus difference right now. And yeah, he's got a good endgame setup. Very low to zero drops. Looks like he's going to go for the horizontal clear on that virus on the right side.
I think he's going to set up for a T clear just for some swag here. Again, this is an exhibition match, so nothing on the line here. It's just two Daves daving around.
But so far so good for him. He's already out into level 10.
Yeah, Dave with a good run here. I mean, even if there's nothing on the line here, you definitely still want to play at your best. While still giving everybody watching at home a good time.
Absolutely, and looks like he's going to set up a horizontal clear on that blue virus on the left side. He's got everything set up for a nice combo there, too. He just needs the right pieces to pop into place.
And our chat getting a little hostile, actually, about this. They're saying that we're being a little bit biased towards Dave, and that is true, and we do apologize for that. We'll try to do better the next Dave we decide to do this.
Yeah. Okay, and looks like he's still waiting. Oh, I see what he's going to do. He's going to get the horizontal clear on those two viruses. Okay, nicely done there.
Yeah, this is a good finish here from Dave. He'll be out at 238. I guess his timer may have restarted.
Yeah, I think it did.
Again, no bearing on time here.
I think both of them might have started off at roughly the same time anyway, so I think we should be okay.
Within about a second, half a second of each other. Again, nothing on the line here. We're not taking this one too seriously, as it looks like Dave has a difference between his opponent of about 13 viruses right now, Ethan.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's expanded the lead now to 15, although DAVES is starting to make some moves. He's starting to narrow that gap now. Now back down to 9, back to 7.
This is the combo setup I like out of Dave, though. Those vertical combos are so risky. But planning for what's underneath really is super helpful. It's one of those basic combos that I encourage a lot of players who are new to the game to experiment with, because you think of your combos as dropping from side to side or down into a horizontal. You don't ever really think about dropping things down to make another vertical clear.
Yeah, and I love that advanced placement. It's definitely something, if you want to improve yourself, that's a good way to learn. Learn some good advanced placements. So if you see, let's take for example on the Dave side of the board here, you see that red virus there on the left side. You can get two viruses set up there, but you can build something up on top where you can get a couple of blues, and everything will work out fine. And if anything, you can get a double blue and a blue yellow. You can extend that out to the right. If you horizontal clear the red, then all of a sudden you've got that blue cleared out.
We've got a Dave trying to beat Packy with that sub 7, but Dave not able to. Unfortunate, but we'll definitely see some better effort next time. And we're seeing again Dave Smith setting up some combos, deciding to go horizontally. I like that play, and also setting up this one drop combo. Excellent play there. And it just looks like the problem that DAVES has had is just really brutal RNG in the endgame situation.
Yeah, but he's going to get out of level 10, and he's not that far behind. He's only about 10 viruses he's caught up, so he can definitely overtake.
Meanwhile, it's actually relatively close on 11 because Dave was struggling early on, and it looks like Dave had a good start as well in 11.
Yeah, he's narrowed that gap now down to 2 viruses. He's getting close to taking over the lead. He's got the right pieces to do it. He's not going to pull the trigger there. That's fine. He'll do it right now, and he's already tied up.
And it is tied up, so we may have to verify times here. But I think Dave's really gonna be trying to lock this first game down.
Yeah, and it's really a big old tug of war right now. And let's see, looking at DAVES' board, I really like his setup here in the mid-game portion. I think he'll have to take care of something on the left side eventually. He is taking care of some junk though. That's very good play though.
And saying, what does that say? Say it ain't Joe. I almost said something far worse. These two never have met in the bracket, strangely enough. But have had enough jokes made about their names to warrant an entire chat channel in our Discord dedicated to nothing but Dave puns. If that gives you any sense of how wonderful it is to be in this community. And we wouldn't have it any other Dave. Absolutely.
Looking at Dave Smith, he's down to 6. He's managed to take over the lead. D-Dave had a little bit of a struggle in that mid-game portion. Now he's doing some right moves here. Still has to deal with yellow garbage. He has nowhere to put yellows to be efficient.
Yeah, and he's got a bit of an endgame situation, and what's really interesting is Dave can actually take the lead with the right RNG here. Could have gone for a horizontal quad. Elected not to. Maybe the safer play, as it is going to be a victory for Dave here at a 9:48.
A good job there.
Pretty definitive game 1 win for Dave. So in I don't know, what do we call this? The Dave Cup, the Dave Bowl? I don't know. I'm sure our chat will come up with a great name.
No. The Davis Cup. I'll just
I'm not speaking to you anymore. We're just waiting for the Dave to get out, and the Dave will be out right around we'll say the 10:15 mark, 10:30 mark.
Yeah.
But it is game 1 to Dave Smith Says in this exhibition match between our two Daves. The community really thought of this. They kind of suggested it in our chat yesterday.
I wouldn't say they suggested it; they demanded it.
They demanded it, and I appreciate Dave Smith and the Dave being good sports about it. I know they're having a good time here, and again, we're celebrating players of all skill levels. And while we haven't seen these guys, I think we've seen Dave Smith Says make one semifinal Sunday. We love doing fun things like this for our players.
Yeah, we have things like we're doing things like this. If you participate in our weekly checkup via Leviticus, that is so much fun to play around. And, it's super cash.
And John Nash noting the Dave over when you top out. Don't worry, we'll be making that an emoji after the stream here. So,
all right, we have a countdown. We're off for game number 2.
Game number 2. Who is the best Dave of 2020? We will find out here in just a few short minutes. As we also have Dimwit here available to do some commentary, and I know he's got a lot of things to Dave. So. Or maybe not.
Already a good opening from both players.
Oh, how are you feeling today, Dave?
It's a good Dave to be alive. Thanks for having me in here.
Oh, yeah. So I mean, these two players are good in their own right. I mean, you've seen them both. We also have John Nash in here. I mean, let we can have a full commentary booth. This is just a fun exhibition match. I don't care. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Looking up at the board, though, it's Dave Smith has a lot of wide open space right now, so he's going to have to deal with a lot of delay drops. He's going to be he's going to be a little erratic in his gameplay
Dave's
here.
board has a lot of blue-yellow, but Dave's board has a lot of blue-yellow.
Yeah.
So it's a really interesting situation right now.
Yeah, it can go either Dave on here, as it's 10 to 12.
No.
And both players have pretty decent board health. There is a bit of a burial on Dave's side, but he's making really good plays in space to kind of counter that and give himself some openings, maybe a couple of plays below.
Oh, look at this combo that Dave is setting up.
It's a really good combo that Dave has going here. Dave needs just a few blues to get out of here. We're having fun now, so the serious time feels most serious later. Oh, the pause still says pause. We're gonna have to talk to our developers about that.
Oh no! What a disaster.
We see Dave is in level 9 already and making some pretty quick and efficient plays, and Dave also very close to getting out of 8. Just a couple of easy plays, and Dave will be in 9.
If he gets he just needs one more blue. He'll be out of 8.
I feel really bad for the people who just have this on as just, background noise. And are like, what the heck is going on over there?
What is going on, and can I have some?
Meanwhile, in chat, we're having a competition to see who's the nerdiest person in this community. Come on.
Chad is living for this this whole moment right now. So
we have a whole different level of nerdy just by being in the community.
And now, see, this is the great exhibition thing. This is a big combo that Dave's setting up here.
Oh, I love it. I'm so excited to see how this is going to turn out.
This is something you would see on Chris.
Here it comes.
Look at this. Boom. Oh, my goodness. What a big
wow. What an incredible combo there.
We will be taking wagers in chat on whether he manages to crash the game before the exhibition is up.
It's going to be a little difficult to crash the game because Dave is on speed EAVE.
Yeah. Well, the other thing you have to note, John, is this is on a ROM, so they could use Dave states.
Oh no!
I'm just gonna go ahead and declare myself the winner of Dave jokes for today.
No.
It's close between the Daves right now. 12 Daves to go on Dave's side, with 7 Daves to go on Dave's side.
After that one, I'm just handling JB assist and desist.
I love it. Oh. Again, if you want to see us having a good time, this is the place to be right now. As there's 1 Dave left on Dave's side to 5 Daves for Dave, but a big double clear or triple clear puts Dave down to 2 Daves.
One more though for Dave Smith, and he's out at 9.
And Dave's gonna go to Dave 10.
And Dave is behind by 2 Daves.
Yeah, Dave looking to lock this up real quick here. But it's a 4 Dave difference here in this final Dave. Oh
man, this is
JB. Are we having any regrets yet?
Oh no, I'm having a great time over here.
This is a Dave of reckoning.
Yeah, this is the Dave of reckoning.
Oh no!
And again, shout out to our community for putting this ROM together in such short time. I mean, it was just some easy text fix, but also Ook the Librarian for that wonderful poster. I have been tickled all day by the hype that this exhibition match is for this community. Meanwhile, it's still a 4 Dave margin between Dave and Dave right now.
Yeah, it's a very close game right now. I'm liking the mid game here for Dave Smith. He's starting to create a bit of a gap, but he's working it out very nicely. Still maintaining a 1-0 drop differential. That's really good.
I like the space that Dave is setting up here.
Mostly just Goose in chat. Sorry, go ahead, Dimwit.
Oh, I was just going to say I enjoyed the, looks like there's A lot of maneuvering space. Yep.
Go. Oh, I apologize. No, mostly just Goose saying there's never been a more appropriate time to say this. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Don't you mean Davesy pills?
Don't bring up your cat like that. Don't bring up Davesy.
I never thought this would be the day when Ethan was going to be the one that's commenting the actual match, and everyone is just like.
Let's be totally fair. Have I ever really said anything relevant this entire season? No, thank you.
Do you want to be in on the roast later, John? It sounds like you've warmed up very well.
We're just gonna have different community members. There's gonna be Leviticus and Savage Octagon in one of the games. Jeez. All right. 7 Daves to go for Dave. 9 Daves to go for Dave as well.
It's so close.
We may see game 3 here.
We very well might. It's looking pretty good. The end game for DAVE is, I would say that's probably a little bit better.
Yeah, I think it's quite good. He's got, horizontals and verticals both as options for all of his pills, which is amazing.
But as close of a Dave as it was, oh wait, there's one more Dave left. I thought that was it. Don't count your Daves before they're hatched. That wasn't even a good joke. Anyways,
no.
I do like Dave Smith's board. A lot of double opportunities early on. A very high stacked board though for the Dave.
Not a lot of yellow though for Dave Smith. Although he's opened that up now, which is quite a clever trick.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good in terms of variety. Looks like the Dave's going to be stuck with a lot of reds right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing really else to do with, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a very lucky board for D-Dave.
He's managed to clear everything out. So there's my brain can't even process which direction, horizontal or vertical, I want most of these clears to go because it's just so open.
And the other thing that Dave Smith's running into with the low starting board like that is there's those tempting fruits of clearing everything that's lower on one of the sides, and he did fall into that trap. Did leave a lot of stuff hanging in column 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah, he did there.
Dave Smith now has one entire column with no viruses in it, which reduces the number of options he has for plays.
Correct.
It does open up for garbage at least, and it looks like he's getting a lot of yellow garbage, but gets a good combo out of that on the right side. Whew. Looking good though. He's going to have to clear that blue out of there on the bottom left.
Meanwhile, a very tidy board for the Dave, but very red dependent right now. As we've decided now to seriously commentate this. But Dave also the Dave with a misplay in column 2. I think that vertical was not the move he wanted to make.
No.
But again, the other thing is this board is like 80% red viruses at this point.
It's just he's been fighting that the whole level.
Yeah, it's just been so red heavy. It's just he needs really good RNG at this point to help him out.
And it looks like this one's going to go to Dave Smith Says, and he's going to sweep the Dave cup. I hate calling it that, but it's as Dave is down to now 3 viruses, and I have finished becoming verklempt. We have
Dave has brought it close. He's down to just 12 Daves left on this Dave 11.
But Dave 11 has been cleared first by Dave with a great Dave of 59,800. And he will dive
That's
Dave.
even higher than his Dove. That's quite something.
Is that the past tense of Dave?
I mean, what else could be the past tense of Dave?
We're gonna let the Dave run this one out. But again, hey, our community wanted this, and we're gonna give it to them. And we decided that just going a little extra would have been a little fun. As again, we want to mix the fun with the seriousness today. As we have one of our final 4 here, Dimwit, and I know it's a combination of excitement and nervousness because you've got some stiff competition moving